Alright, welcome back to another run, and oh, well, we have a familiar face once again. Mannix is here again with Arcus Odyssey. Take it away, good luck, and yeah.
Thank you, Green Snow Dog. So this game is about Greg the grapefruit. No, just kidding. Okay. So, Arcus Odyssey for this second. Sorry, I had to. I had it all planned. So we're gonna play as Erin Gashuna. There are 4 characters in this game. Erin uses the Chinese chain whip, which is kind of like the non-mash character of the game. So yeah, so timer starts as soon as I select my characters here. So we'll go on go here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So if you've never seen this game, it's kind of, I call it an isometric dungeon crawler, but call it what you will. It's like a little action isometric game, and it's a lot of fun. You can play co-op as well. But we're going to be playing solo today. So the goal of the first stage is there's 3 waterfalls. The boss will be behind one of them. We hope it's this one because it's the fastest. Of course, it's a marathon. We're not going to get that one. So now we got to walk all the way around. That's a guaranteed 30-second time loss. So the way my weapon works is I can attack once to get the straight attack, which is the attack that does the most damage. And then I can press again to swing it like that, which covers good ground. Alright, so it was the second waterfall. Right? So after many bosses, there's a gem that drops, and it'll flicker between the color blue and red. So if I pick up the blue one, I'll get an HP upgrade. If I pick up the red one, I'll get a power upgrade. Since it's a speed run, all of you probably guessed we're going to max power first. You are correct. This is Act 2. In the sewers. You'll see here I'm timing my hits so that they don't attack me. The enemies where they are scripted. There we go. Now we have the prison key. We can go save somebody. Normally somebody tells you where the prison key is, but hey, we already know. You can see in the future. Alright. So even though it's isometric, you can still move in 8 axis. So sometimes you can take little moving shortcuts like here, going straight. Just minimal updates. So mashing text is really weird in this game. You have to alternate A, B, and C. So that person died, but just told us where the key is, and we're gonna save Furia instead. So Furia is a hero that will shoot some homing missiles every time I attack. So it basically makes gives me a security blanket. It does cause a minimal amount of lag, but it's not a big deal. But yeah, now we're going to do a pretty long trek back and forth to go get the key. So Green Snow Dog, if there's anything to plug in, now's a good time for this game.
Currently no donations, but again, I'm going to mention the incentives. Currently, there are some incentives still up to come, like the free Ninjas Kickback, which still has the character choice. Still only €5.55 in TomTom, and Rocky and Claw are still left to pick. So easily someone can switch the tides or increase the lead that TomTom has. So if anyone's up for change, go for it.
I'm up for change. Yeah, thank you so much.
To be fair, though, to be fair, TomTom is my favorite name out of that.
Just the name alone, right, is enticing.
Yeah.
All right, so great timing. Impeccable donation / plug reads. Now we're at the boss. It's kind of like this giant turtle. 2 phases. That was phase 1. So one particular reason why Erin's weapon is really strong in the beginning is when you do the straight attack, it does damage every frame the tip of the weapon is in the enemy. Early on, it will pretty much kill everything in one shot. And we'll see it here. There we go. This is stage 3, one of the most difficult stages actually. The gimmick of this stage is there's various sword emblems scattered around, spearmint-like dungeon slash area, or crypt maybe. And you have to get them and put them into pedestals, whatever. Well, that word. And that will open up like the next area kind of thing. So you have to do that like 5 times. So here's why Erin's secondary attack is really strong. So you can really protect yourself from the flying birds here by just spamming your attack. Right. So we're coming up to the second area of the... Now there's new enemies like Axemans and these little dragon-like enemies. There we go. So they shoot out poison, and poison is the worst in this game. Poison will take you down to 1 HP if it wants to. There's our second emblem, the Sword of Ambition. So these Axe Knights are known as snipers. And there we go, got hit twice. So yeah, they can shoot you from really far. Here's a really laggy room, so we're going to intentionally avoid killing stuff, not to generate lag. There we go. Now we find a new sort of darkness, but unfortunately the enemies have caught us and they're going to throw us into a prison. The giant spider, and they're going to take Fury away, so that's it. We're done. And the spider was gone in 1 hit. So with the right timing there, the spider dies really fast. Right? So we'll see sometimes I can attack and do like a little strafe move that's intended. It can change the hitbox a little bit to hit some otherwise difficult angles. Alright, Sword of the Fighter. Now we gotta make our way back. So one other thing that is good with Erin is, one, you don't have to be a masher. That's how I originally picked this character myself. And 2, she starts with the most HP, so she's sort of like the tank of the group. But in the end, everybody can reach the max of 9 HP. Alright, I'm gonna open this door. So we're almost done these little puzzles. You can do some really neat things here with the whip. Like if you tie, you can kill those 2. There we go. Alright. So this is the last emblem. Easy, right? Nothing happening. Sword of Peace. No! Okay. It wasn't that difficult. Alright. Now we're headed to the boss. I'm going to take a wide turn here because these guys coming back are terrible. Okay, I got hit by blue, which is good. You don't want to get hit by purple. Purple's bad. Blue, I don't mind. Just stops magic, which I won't be using. Okay, and just like that, the boss is over. And again, I'll wait for the power up here. So now we need one more power up. Right. Now we're coming up to stage 4 and my favorite song of the game. The theming of this level is obviously dragons, but there's that water dam that we're going to need to let the water flow so it gets out, excuse me, words. Basically the water is going to take out the fire that we saw at the beginning to get through the door. But first we need to go this way, and I'm almost dead. We have to be careful. These dragons are all RNG, so you can only pass when they have been dead. There we go. Okay, so here's a funny text thing. If you say yes here, it takes all 2 HP away from you. So you have to say no. This game is weird like that. The secondary option is often the good option. Come on. I'm at the mercy of how long that the dragon feels like coming out. Sometimes they just don't want to. Okay. I was gonna say I wanted to watch for that enemy because I have low HP. Okay. This is not great dragons. We're gonna take a medicine of regen here because we don't have a lot of HP. So that gives me 3 HP back. Definitely good. So this is what I was talking about. We gotta break these barriers now to let the water flow back to the beginning of the level. And there's a little bit of lag. We'll call it blast processing. Right. One more gate. Okay, I tried to get fancy there and get it really fast, but it didn't really work out. And now the water has opened the gate. So we'll really see how the frame per damage works here. There we go, 3 hit. That is not a cheat or anything. That's how the game works. Alright, so we're out of stage 4 and now we have our max weapon. So now we're going to do a lot of damage and our weapon will get significantly larger. There we go. Also, you get a little bit of health after every level, so the better you do, the more health you have starting the next one. There's a mini boss here, and the mini boss is dead. So with just the right distance, you can have the enemy get hit a lot with one attack. So the gimmick of this stage is we'll kill this center rock, and then we gotta break a bunch of mirrors to open a secret path. I'm sure there's more to it than that, but that's how I explain it. So we kind of have to go back and destroy this thing. Here we go. So there's some chests around for backups, but really, for playing well, you don't really need much of it. We will grab $1 of life here. $1 of life is essentially like a Zelda fairy. If I die, I'll revive. We'll get that as a safety item. And here's another of these little mini bosses. Okay, so we'll grab the potion of invincibility here. This is the first item we'll be using. So this will make me invincible. So we're going to use that against this boss so we can kill him really fast. Here we go. We're going to hug right here because the second form coming up will spawn for damage right away. There we go. And we talked about how my health could get upgraded, but I had max hit. So now we're going to grab the blue gem right away. Now we got full stats. We're doing pretty well. Okay, coming into stage 6, which is sort of like a tower climb with some enemies. You gotta be careful for sure. We'll start with what I call these idols. They're stone-like figures that throw stuff at you. Damageless, nice. And these spiders, gotta watch for the purple shots. Poison's bad. So you'll see I try to keep like a medium distance so that I get maximum damage out of my weapon. Now this room is one of the worst rooms of the game. There's these worm-like creatures that come out when they want. And the other thing is one of them doesn't like to spawn sometimes. You have to do this weird manip here in the corner like that. And then it spawns. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now we met Furia earlier. Now we're gonna fight Furia. Okay. And luckily, before Furia passes away, you get a full heal. Might as well, right? Alright. Here we go. Now this boss you want to carry around, which I'm doing a very poor job of. Alright. And I'm gonna leave the upgrade there because I'm already fully upgraded. Right. Okay, so stage 7 is full of poison stuff. So I'm just gonna really be careful about not getting poisoned. But this might be like the last stage with a chance to plug anything. So Green Snow Dog, if you want to maybe read something for us.
Sure. Currently, there's no donations, but for people who don't know what's happening here, this is hold on. Woo, I need to wake up. if you if you'd like to partake in a event that's similar to BSG, we highly recommend checking out UKSG. And UKSG is a event normally held in Glasgow, running 4 times a year, supporting Crisis. Currently, also all their events are online for the time being during this COVID situation, but their next event is coming up. I believe their event is pretty soon, summer, I think. Yeah, but yeah, their event, UKSG, pretty cool marathon as well here on the ESA channel. Check them out, and
Yeah, thank you. Check out everything on ESA, including BSG right now. So what I have done while that was being said is I've picked up a few safety items. I've picked up another Doll of Life and a Lamp of Life, which is essentially a potion, so I can use it before I die. So we have plenty. We'll probably use one here. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So we're just going to do a little bit of backtrack, and we're going to get to the stage 7 boss, which is kind of a weird boss. It's just like a little slime that comes in and out of the ground. There's absolutely nothing interesting about this boss. There we go. Right, and just like that, we are in the final stage. Stage 8. There's a lot of lag, a lot of RNG, a lot of stuff to deal with. So my strat is just get out of here as fast as you can. Deal with... See? Now it's just in my way. Alright. We got this. Almost there. We're coming up to Castamiro, which is the final boss. There are 3 phases, and time will be like 10 seconds after the 3rd phase, I'll call it. This is the part I said you say yes the first time, but the second time you have to say no, or otherwise you have to restart the stage, which is a really weird mechanic. This is the first form, the mage. Come on. Okay, this is the dragon form. Okay, I died. That's okay. We got 1 Doll of Life, which is why we got that. And we're already in the 3rd phase. So after the 3rd phase, time will be when you see a big Kamehameha-like blast, which is in about 20 seconds or so. So we're gonna lead the boss here right behind the post, so that the separation is there. There we go. Get ready on time. Time 17:56. Hey, sub 18 in a marathon. Perfect. So just for a little thing there, that was Princess Lady, and their Castamiro and Lady are basically 2 gods that fight each other, and they were somehow resummoned, and Lady won again with her help. And then Castamiro will get sealed away again. Some kind of Dragon Ball thing, I don't know. You have to read the whole thing. Yeah, that was Arcus Odyssey. It's a very short run, very easy to learn. Harder to optimize. There's 4 characters, so you can switch it up. You can play co-op with some friends. There's some good co-op strategies that are fun to do. Yeah. And if you don't own a Genesis and you have a Super Famicom, you can check out the title Arcus Spirits, which is the Japanese version of this game, so you can still enjoy it on your Super Famicom. Yeah. I'll hand it over to you, Green Snow Dog. What do we have next?
Well, next we have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 by Ingredi. But yeah, thank you so much for that run. Absolutely fun it looked. I'm probably gonna check it out right after this. But yeah, that's it as well for me for my hosting shift. Thank you BSG for having me. Now you're gonna be in the wonderful hands of Cruel for the next few runs, and see you all on the next run.
Thanks so much. See you in the afternoon.